You sleep 5 hours a night all week. Then the weekend arrives, and you stay in bed until noon. When you wake up, the exhaustion has eased. Your mind feels clearer. For the first time in days, you feel like yourself again. It feels as if one long night has erased an entire week of lost sleep. But has your brain actually recovered? Can lost sleep really be repaid hour for hour? Or can you feel awake while your brain and body are still catching up? To find out, we need to see what recovers first, what takes longer, and why feeling better does not always mean you are fully recovered. We often call accumulated sleep loss sleep debt. The idea sounds like a bank account. Imagine your body usually needs 8 hours of sleep, but you get only 5. You are 3 hours short. Repeat that for several nights, and it is easy to imagine a growing total that must be repaid. But the body does not keep a perfect ledger. The effects depend on more than the number of hours lost. Sleep quality, timing, and how often the pattern repeats all matter. One short night may leave you tired the next day. Repeated short nights create growing pressure for sleep and gradually affect how the brain and body function. So the debt is real, but the arithmetic is misleading. Sleeping 3 extra hours does not automatically undo 3 missing hours. Different systems recover at different speeds. When recovery begins, sleep itself can change. After several short nights, the pressure to sleep is higher. You may fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, or remain asleep longer than usual. This response is sometimes called sleep rebound. After 1 or 2 longer nights, the most obvious symptoms may begin to ease. Your eyes feel less heavy. Your mood may improve. Staying awake no longer feels like a constant struggle. But there is a catch. Feeling better is not the same as being fully recovered. You may feel almost normal while brief lapses in attention, slower reactions, or errors in judgment are still present. The first thing to return may be your confidence, not your full performance. Some of the slowest effects to disappear are also the easiest to miss. Attention may remain impaired after the obvious sleepiness begins to fade. Reaction times can stay slower. Brief lapses may appear without warning. This matters because the brain does not always recognize its own decline. You may feel ready to drive, work, or make an important decision before your performance has fully recovered. Memory and emotional control may follow a different path. Sleep helps the brain store new information and regulate emotional responses. Recovery sleep supports both, but one long night cannot recreate missed opportunities to learn or guarantee that every function has returned to normal. And the effects reach beyond the brain. Insufficient sleep can change how the body handles blood sugar, hunger, stress signals, and hormones. Additional sleep may help, but these systems do not all recover on the same timeline. Then there is the body clock. Sleeping longer can reduce exhaustion, but your circadian rhythm still depends on timing, especially light, and your regular pattern of sleeping and waking. A long sleep does not instantly reset that rhythm. There is no universal countdown to complete recovery. It depends on how much sleep was lost, how long the pattern continued, the timing and quality of recovery sleep, and the individual. The body does recover, but not as one system, and not all at once. This is why weekend catch-up sleep is both useful and limited. If you have slept too little during the week, additional sleep can reduce some of the pressure that has built up. It can help you feel and function better. So sleeping longer is not pointless. The problem begins when 2 recovery nights are expected to repair 5 short nights, week after week. Research suggests that weekend recovery does not always reverse every effect of repeated sleep restriction. And once short sleep begins again, some of those effects can quickly return. Timing creates another problem. Suppose you wake at 6 every weekday, but sleep until noon on the weekend. That shift changes when you sleep. see morning light, eat, and become active. The gap between your body clock and your social schedule is often called social jet lag. Then Sunday night arrives. You try to sleep early, but your body is not ready. Monday morning feels like crossing time zones without ever leaving home. Extra sleep can help, but a large change in timing can create a new disruption. The goal is not to avoid recovery sleep. It is to stop needing the same rescue every weekend. So what does realistic recovery look like? Not one marathon night, but several ordinary nights that give the body time to find its rhythm again. First, make enough time for sleep. After a period of restriction, you may need additional sleep across several nights instead of asking one night to repair everything. Second, rebuild consistency, especially around the time you wake up. A regular schedule gives your body clock a stable pattern to follow. Morning light also helps signal the beginning of the biological day. Third, do not turn recovery into another extreme. Going to bed hours earlier does not guarantee that sleep will arrive on command, and shifting your entire schedule into the weekend can make returning to weekdays more difficult. Do not treat each night like a repayment. Focus on returning to a steady rhythm. Recovery is less dramatic than most people expect. There is no reset button, only enough sleep, repeated consistently. And if severe sleepiness or difficulty sleeping continues, despite enough time for rest, it may require professional evaluation rather than more self-directed catch-up sleep. So, can you catch up on lost sleep? To a degree, yes. Additional sleep can reduce sleep pressure and help the brain and body recover. But recovery is not an exact exchange. One long night cannot guarantee that every effect has disappeared. Some functions improve quickly, others need several stable nights. And the longer insufficient sleep becomes a pattern, the less realistic it is to expect one weekend to erase it. The lesson is not that one bad night will permanently damage you, nor is it that sleeping longer is useless. It is that sleep works best as a rhythm, not as an emergency repair. Recovery is not simply one morning when you wake up feeling refreshed. It is the gradual return to a pattern your body can trust. Sleep recovery is not a single night. It is a return to rhythm. And to understand what your body is recovering from, watch what happens to the brain when sleep disappears. 1 hour at a time,